Well, first off,
Since I
I'm
don't know.
Terror,
I'm Mini Droid. I'm the
and
one who recommended this game.
yeah, and this is more my thoughts. Terror, hi, yes, me. More my thoughts on the Evil Within game that me and Mini Droid been playing over the last year. Whenever we
At
could get,
least 6 months.
yeah. Even though we only played for 14 hours or something like that, like 13 and 51 minutes.
Because it counts the play time. It doesn't
Yeah.
count like the amount of times it's been sitting there.
Yeah, I know. But
So yeah, what are your thoughts, since I'm the one that did recommend this game when we first had the discussion of going into this together?
Alright, so it's okay. It's a horror game. It's a horror survival game, right? I'm a big fan of the genre. Big fan, big fan. You know, I play Resident Evils, Dead Space, yada yada yada.
The big hitters.
Yeah, the list could go on. I'm a big fan of a lot, but I don't know. The Evil Within. It was hard to get into. For one, it was like for me, it's just like the story was just kind of
Meh.
like, oh, this guy in reality has telepathic powers who can just don't question why you're in the machine now and how this brain ended up. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about that. Just you're now in a machine, and I was just kind of like, well, so does he have powers in the real world or no, or is this all a hallucination?
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. That's why I think you would like the second game better, because the story is more fleshed out than the first one. I think when they made the first one, they were just trying to make a horror game with basically this is the guy who's controlling it, but when you come out, it's just his brain,
Yeah, like
which it doesn't make sense any in any way. I think they were just trying to give you something to go off of.
I don't know. For me, at least like story wise, it when it was like learning about the process, like the experiments and stuff, like the small little bits you can find, like great. Like I actually did start to get invested, but it was like a 5 minute cutscene. They're like, our brains are linking, okay, and then go through 3 hours of torture of trying to get through this level to be like, did it work? No. You know what I mean? And then the journals.
So obviously you don't have to pick up the journals. It's kind of a collectible thing. Everybody knows that in video games, most of the time those are collectibles. If you're going to get the collectibles, you're really just trying to grind out like your trophies if you're on Xbox, or you trophies on trying to platinum the game on fucking PlayStation.
Still, but like for me, it was like when I get collectibles and stuff like that, I like the lore, right? Like I want to know more about it, but the Evil Within did not. The story did not capture me enough. I mean, you saw. We tried to read most of them, but we got to the point where we're like, yeah, I'm not reading this anymore. I don't care.
I think it got that way because of how long and how they try to do more for Sebastian's character. Like, this is who he is. This is why he is the way he is.
Yeah, and it honestly it was too much for me. Like story wise, I'd say 4 out of 10. Okay, there were some interesting parts. I liked some of it, but other parts it just made no sense. Like there was no. I needed more, and it was it gave me more of stuff I did not care about.
This is like how I can kind of compare it to, in a weird way. And I know you've never seen the movie, obviously,
Because I don't watch movies.
Shocker. Tara does not watch fucking movies. Anyway, so its story is kind of like when you watch the first Terrifier movie, because there's no real story to it. They just wanted to give you that horror.
Yeah.
Like,
watch these
they
people
want
get
you
murdered.
to feel the horror of what's going on.
Yeah, but
Doesn't matter if there's a story there or not. Now, to some people like myself, yeah, that kind of bothers me.
yeah. Now,
But,
go ahead.
all I was gonna say was, like, with this game, at first I didn't really pick up on it because I'm like, oh, Evil Within, I like this game, because when I first played it, I played it on an Xbox 360, and I was really excited to play the game.
Yeah, because at the time it was like the big horror thing that came out.
One of them.
Well, yeah. Didn't it release with what's that other one? Look, this was so long ago, but Alan Wake, didn't it release with that game?
Alan Wake was released in on PS2.
Alan Wake
Mhm.
2?
No,
No,
Xbox
it
360.
would have
Yeah,
had
so
to at
yes,
least
yes,
be
yes, yes,
three.
yes. Xbox, because I played that on Xbox 362. So yes.
If you hit that power strip, I swear to everything, I'm gonna deep fry you. Okay, he's sleeping.
And that's another game that I actually have that I think you would like as well for its story.
I've heard a lot about the story. I've never played it, but I know a decent amount about it.
Okay. So what would be your take on that, just from your knowledge?
Just from the knowledge, it would be a fun. I don't know anything really about its gameplay, mostly just about its story, but it seems like a really cool idea, and I like the how it's like everything isn't like how it seems. I also know a little bit about the second game. It's I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's intriguing. Excuse me.
So funny enough, I have the first game remastered. So if you want to do that in the future,
Of
that's up
course.
to you.
But
But
let's get back to the Evil Within.
yeah. So
I would say let's move on from the story. I think we've beaten that horse dead. Uh, let's go to I guess like visuals. I'll do like graphics stuff like that, level design stuff like that. For being a 360 game, I don't know if this was the remastered one we played. I
they
don't.
never released a remastered. But
Okay, so
I'm sure for different consoles they enhanced it as much as they possibly could.
yeah, but overall, it's a good looking game for the era that it came out with. I will admit that. I like level design, pretty linear. Like I was never for too long like really lost. Not except a little bit towards the end there. But
Yeah.
I mean, levels, enemies in there. I never, even with the medium difficulty, and we didn't really always have ammo, unless except like for like I guess the last chapter. I never felt like they had an advantage over me. I mean, yeah, sometimes I had no ammo, sometimes I had plenty of ammo, but like I feel like it was pretty balanced. And the reason why like we were if it might not have, it's just because we were missing shots or you know what I mean? User error.
I'll admit my aim was never that great for this
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
game. The movement is very janky when
I
it comes to the aiming mechanic.
like would I be wrong to say it's almost like tank controls? Does that make sense?
Yeah, in a way, yes.
Like that's how it felt to me. Like I was playing a tank. I don't know. Maybe I'm a weirdo, but I don't know. It was really awkward sometimes, and some things I was like, I don't know how that got me, but hey, it is what it is. But level design, I like the level designs. They were pretty straightforward, pretty dope. I like their themes, like the enemies. I guess which was a great segue into the next thing, like bosses.
Yeah, bosses. They got
progressively better. I liked them a lot more.
I was gonna say like worse, but in a good way.
Well, what do you mean?
Like harder.
Well, yeah, of course, but that's the fun of it for me. Like so,
Okay.
like the first boss being the Chainsaw Man, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say try and rank the bosses.
All right, so we have Chainsaw Man, we have the Keepers, the final boss, which I guess I won't spoil. I guess if you're watching this, you probably
Dude, the game has been out for so long. I'm sure they know who the
fair,
final
fair,
boss
fair,
is.
fair. So Chainsaw Man, Keeper, Ruvik,
It's sister.
Sister, the Water Demon, the water thing that.
Oh yeah.
I like how that's how you remember.
Oh, and the big guy in the car garage.
Yeah, the big spider thing.
Yeah, whatever the feck it was.
Yeah, when you're driving the bus, you have to.
No, well, there's that one. Yeah, there's that one. And I was talking about the one where you're actually in the car garage. You go into 2 different rooms, pick up ammo. The thing tries to reach in there, grab you, and breaks the room.
Oh
down.
yeah. I got you. I'll just call that the amalgamation. There you go. This looks like a bunch of dead bodies. All right, I have to say, the boss I hated the most would have to be the big spider thing that chases you on the bus. Mainly because for me that's more of a scripted kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, just keep shooting it until it goes away. I'm not a big fan of those kind of bosses. But hey, okay, moving on. I'd have to say then Chainsaw Man. Even though we have video evidence, probably already, yeah, because it's chapter, I think it was 3 of getting destroyed by him, and then in some other videos as well. He's not very hard,
He's not difficult by any means, especially once you start upgrading your
but he's also
stuff.
a big target. It's hard to miss him. If I
Well,
have,
you could say the same about the keeper, but with his chapter, the keeper is very hard to keep down
yeah,
because when you're in that room, there's a bunch of boxes where he can just respawn.
yeah. Well, I'd have to say next is the water one, the water little demon thing. I hate because you can't fight it. You know what I mean? Like you have to run away, and we got some good footage on that thing. And just like, oh, you can jump on that, lands in water. Oh no!
Oh, you're talking about the big fish thing. That's what you're
Yeah.
talking about. When you had to go from car to car, so they didn't die.
Yeah. I would say coming in at the, I guess, 4th place would be the keeper, because it just felt like Chainsaw Man but respawning for the most part, and just more of a bullet sponge. I like the idea of his traps, but other than that, you know what I mean?
Because he had the bear traps, and then he had
The whack
his little this
meat sack thing.
yeah.
I would have to say, after that top 3, I'd have to go. Oh, Mini Joy's gonna step into the other room. I'll continue here without him. I'd have to say my top 3 would have to be. I would say the amalgamation thing in the car garage. That's like all the bodies conjoined or whatever that you're chasing around. You have to run into the rooms and stuff. I know this is voicing, but when I edit, I'll probably put up the bosses that I'm talking about on the video that you'll be watching. I'd have to say him number 3, mainly because I mean it's less scripted, but like he's a big target that runs in a straight line. I do like him though. The fight felt intense, so I'm not too upset about that. That was a really good fight. I'd have to say my second favorite boss. I'm trying to think, I'm losing it. Which ones did I say already? I said would be the final boss and the system. All right, I'd have to say the final boss would be my second favorite, my number 2. It was very scripted, but it felt fun. You know what I mean? Like I finally got a big machine gun to shoot. Forget ammo limits. Oh, here's a rocket launcher finally. Bloom, kabloom.
Yeah, I know that's not far away. We picked a terrible time to do this review.
Yeah. Well, we're almost done, and I can do the rest from here.
This is where Mini Droid steps out of this one, but all in all, my overall review from graphic design, fucking sound design, just all around, I give it a solid at least like 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, I can kind of.
And that's of now. Like back then, it definitely would have been like an 8.5.
It would have been better, but now it didn't. I feel like it didn't age as well as some other games.
Yeah.
But all right, I will catch you when I catch you. But back to the game, I would say. Oh, yep. Take that. Don't forget that. And that. Please don't forget that. Or how else are you going to put this stuff out on your channel? If you need anything else, I'll just email it to you. All right, I'm going to have to cut off. But back to the evil within. I'd have to say his sister, the Panther, that probably had. I guess I did forget the Ruvik clones, but forget them. They're
kind of a mini boss.
yeah, they're more annoying than anything. But I would have to say his sister is my favorite. I know I say a lot of hurtful words towards her in the videos, but looking back at it, the segments were cool. Like, I don't know, like. I know I felt less scripted and more I had to figure it out, like the puzzle base, and I had to trick her into doing this. It just felt funner to me. She was my favorite boss, even though in the videos it might not have seemed like it. Other than that, I mean, we talked about graphics, how the boss was, stuff like that. Mini Joy has left. I don't know. Overall, I think I'd have to say the game, as of now, playing it late, since I've never played it before, and I've played a lot of other games like it, I'd probably still, I would agree to a point with Mini Droid. I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. Really, what's dragging it down for me was the story. I know a lot of like the tank controls and gameplay wise. it was more user error. But just for me and my personal thoughts on it, I give it about a 6 out of 10. I won't take up too much more of your time. I hope you did enjoy the series if you did watch it. If you didn't, you're just here for the review. Uh it's a long ride. it's it's something. We're not the best, but I'm hoping we have fun, or you guys had fun. We had fun. I know we had fun, but you guys, I hope you had fun as well. Other than that, I think I'll just end this here. Uh, I'm Terror. This is the Nightmarish Bond. Please go check out Mini George's channel. I've been giving him the footage. So all the footage that we have on our channels was recorded here at my home and like with my setup. I'm giving him the footage so that way he can do his own edits and make it more his own. Just so maybe if you didn't see something on my channel, you could see it over at his. We have two different styles of editing, but this video will probably be exclusive to my channel. But definitely go check out his. He has a lot of fun stuff. He streams a lot. I would recommend it. Other than that, I hope you had a great time watching us, and hopefully soon I'll be able to start a new project and the nightmare can continue. But until then, enjoy.